Yo, this is your boy Anubis Can't Be Stopped, and I'm back here with another Division 2 video. Let me tell you something. It's been a while since I've been back. I apologize for the long hiatus, but I've had some testing to do, and I refuse to not get my testing done before I put out a build or any type of information for the game. So I was on PlayStation when the whole server went down thing. That was no bueno. And Ubisoft came through with 3 exotic caches. That is all right. Now, if it was 3 exotic caches of exclusive exotics, like raid exclusive exotics, I might have been a little bit more happy about that. How about add a system in the game where people can get raid exclusives, because the raids are 3-4 years old now, and also the bighorn's about 2-3 years old now. Let's go ahead and come up with a cache that costs an exuberant amount of money, but you have a chance at either the bighorn, ravenous, regulus, or the eagle bearer. And if you want to add in that new sniper rifle that's exclusive to Descent, go ahead and add that in as well. I'm not opposed to that. I'm just saying, a cache that costs an exuberant amount to have a chance at one of those exotics, a chance at any one of those exotics. No other exotic drops out of there, just raid exclusives and legendary exclusives or countdown exclusives. That would be dope, because then it might actually make people want to grind a little bit harder to have a chance at getting a regulus, a ravenous, a eagle bearer, bighorn, or I keep forgetting the name of that new sniper rifle because no one ever uses it. What? That's here nor there. Let's get right into it. Like and subscribe. This your boy Anubis Can't Be Stopped. You know I'm out here. Stay frosty, agents. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about what you really want to hear about. You want to know what the best damage is in the game in every situation that you can possibly play the game. I get that. Everyone wants to know that. Everybody needs to know that. Everybody yearns to know that. Right now, there are a few builds that everybody is running. I mean, everybody. One is the 6 skill tier hybrid capacitor build. 2 is the unbreakable Memento PvE build, and 3, the all red DPS build, and that covers everything striker and everything else. All red DPS build. What is the strongest damage in the game? What is the most hazardous damage in the game? Because I also left out the utility builds, which consist of status effect. Okay. But I do believe that falls into that hybrid category, because you can do a lot of damage with fire and a bunch of other stuff. So getting right into it, I have tested and tested and tested and tested and tested and tested over these past few weeks that I have been off a line to find out what is the maximum damage in each situation in the game. And I have come up with this one thing. It's based on your playstyle. If you are rigid and you have one play style, that is your Achilles heel. You cannot adapt to another play style because you only know how to play one play style. There is more than one play style out here to play that can be beneficial to you immediately. But it all comes down to how you play the game. If you are a rusher with all armor and you jump into a party that does not run all armor, they run skill builds, and you're trying to run into a legendary and face tank every legendary NPC, or you are in conflict and you decide that you're going to run down a whole squad by yourself and you're expecting your squad to keep up with you, and you are going to get murdered by 4 people shooting at you unless you're running a bunk build. And even if you're running a bunk build, you still could get shredded by all the glass cannon wearers like me that will literally wait until you're running straight down the street and light you up, because we put ourselves in positions to catch people like you. Or you're going to wear a glass cannon and it's a whole skill fight out there with every skill and you can possibly imagine on the board with all the status effect and skill damage. You have to learn multiple play styles. You have to have multiple builds. You have to have multiple situational awareness. If you do not, for any reason, have any of those things going for you, you are at a disadvantage. Your damage is dependent on the way you play. Period and point blank. The way you play this game is how your damage comes in. But since you want to know about situations and the best builds that are in slot for those situations, I'm going to go ahead and say it. For PvE, the 3 builds you need to have on your person, and it's based off of chess pieces. You can mix and match every other piece, but this is strictly for chess pieces and backpacks that I'm talking about. All right. Coming in at number 1, which is high damage that we use in raids, Vigilance and Perfect Glass Cannon, the Gift and the Sacrifice. There you have it. That is the best in slot for damage builds, period and point blank. You can mix and match all the other pieces with all red cores, all weapon damage cores. And that's for PvE. For PvP, same thing. It is good for PvP as well. Conflict or Dark Zone. Striker for Dark Zone, Striker for Conflict. All red for Dark Zone, all red for Conflict. I would not suggest using any other gear sets other than Striker or maybe True Patriot, depending on the situation calls for. If the guns I would use, St. Elmo's Engine, Eagle Bearer. I don't want to hear nothing about the FAMAS. It's not going to make a difference. And FAMAS hits very hard with speed damage. I get that. But if you get into it, something that will catch them off guard and does a lot of damage, St. Elmo's Eagle Bearer, right off the bat. Highest amount of bullets you can have in a magazine is, I think I got it up to 115 for the St. Elmo's, and I think I got it to 105 with the Eagle Bearer. Moving right along, next build up on the chopping block, and that's for PvE and PvP, those all red builds. Now, for PvP and PvE, I have found the perfect combination for survivability and damage, I'm going to go with Unbreakable and Adrenaline Rush on the backpack. You can mix and match those pieces. You can get perfect Adrenaline Rush with hazard protection, armor regen. That is what you're looking for. Hazard protection, armor regen, hazard protection, armor regen, health. You can even have health on there. It's not going to make it, it doesn't matter. It's all about learning situational awareness with that build, because you can take that same build, and mind you, you're using the Iron Lung and the mask that you're going to wear that is best in slot is going to be the Vial Mask. You will be doing overtime damage. You will be doing immediate damage. You will be debuffing enemies. It is amazing to run. You can run that on any specialization that you like. I like to run it on Firewall, get that extra burn damage. You can mix and match the pieces. You can put on the Firecrest, not Firecrest, but you might as well call it Firecrest at this point, because that's all it is Firecrest 2.0. And you can do a bunch of damage. And the last but not least, the 6th skill tier. And that is it. You can do whatever you want with the 6th skill tier. That's just how it goes. Now, take what you will with that knowledge that I've just given you, and you go ahead and make those builds that you really want to play with. This is your boy Anubis Can't Be Stopped. I love each and every one of you. Please like and subscribe. Check the links in the bio below, because I got some cool stuff from Robinhood, so you get your money up. Stay frosty out there, agents.